Hi everybody, this is Kefren, your favorite French Canadian. Today I'm gonna do a quick guide on the LG C2 with C2 with a Nintendo Switch. It will be a guide for SDR content, so if you're playing Nintendo Switch or another console that is not compatible with HDR setting, I'm gonna show you what are the best settings for your TV and also the best setting in the Nintendo Switch. So let's start with the setting. We're gonna go to all setting over here. We're gonna start with the picture. So the picture mode, I recommend to go with Game Optimizer. You're playing on a console and you want the lowest input lag and etc. etc. So super important to use that, and also you will have a Game Optimizer menu that you will have some couple of tweaking that's pretty good for games. For the aspect ratio, I recommend to go with original. With 16:9, sometimes it applies some weird cropping. Even on my Series X, I need to adjust like the size of my screen, the zoom. With the original like this, everything will be fine on your Switch or even Xbox. After that, we're gonna go to advanced setting. So the first one is the brightness. You're playing SDR now, so don't put 100 to your pixel brightness. If you're playing in a dark room, I recommend something like 55. If you're playing on a bright room, I recommend something like 65, 70. Don't go too crazy with that. It will preserve your monitor. It will lower the risk of burn-in also. And 55 is a really good spot for this TV for SDR content. Also, I recommend to go with 85 for your contrast, black level at 50. For the gamma, I recommend 2.2. For the video range, if you're watching this this video and you have like a C1 or CX TV, sorry, you will not have this. So this is a new thing from the C2. They just renamed it. Video range, put this one at auto, and motion eye scare at off. After that, for the color, I recommend to go with 55, tint 0. Fine tune, don't touch that. White balance. White balance, the color temperature. Normally, if you want to be color correct, you should be at warm 50. Honestly, when I play video games, I always put warm 10 or even 0. I like more like cold color when I play video games. When I watch content like TV shows, movies and stuff, I always use the 50. But for me, for console, I prefer 10 or even 0. 50, the image is too yellowish for me. So it's question of preference over here. Just modify what you like. Method, I recommend 2 points. Point at eye and don't touch those red color, blue and green. Fine tune, we did that. After that, let's go to clarity. So the goal here is to remove all those post-process. You want to be like a correct image. You don't want some random post-process like super resolution, noise reduction, and seeing some weird artifact when you're playing the game. So I recommend to just remove the sharpness, put the sharpness at 0, super resolution at off, noise reduction at off, amping noise reduction at off, smooth gradation off. And this is pretty much it. By default, the Real Cinema and True Motion will be at off with the Game Optimizer. And this is pretty much it for that. I'm gonna go back. Let's go to general. So another one is the AI service. I recommend to remove all those AI stuff. At Game Optimizer, you will just have the AI brightness setting that by default will be activated. So super important to remove that. You don't want the AI to control your brightness settings. And the other one is in OLED care, super important. Go to energy saving here, and this one you need to deactivate it. You don't want the energy saving step to mess up with your brightness. So if you want the full capacity of your brightness on your screen, you need to deactivate this. This is really, really important to remove. Also, you can't make sure that in your OLED panel care that your screen move is activated, your care recommendation is activated. Adjust logo brightness at low. You can even put high if you have like, I don't know, you're watching TV and you always have the CNN or Fox News logo. It will help you for burn-in. And if you have struggle with your TV with burn-in, you have a pixel cleaner that will clean your pixel and stuff and make sure that you don't have any burn-in left on your screen. So this is pretty much it for those parameters. I'm gonna go back here. So the brightness went down on the Switch. So we're gonna look at the Game Optimizer. So let's click Game Optimizer over here. So the first one is the game jar. You have a couple of options here, FPS, RPG, RTS Sport. I don't touch that. I always use standard and modify the other setting by myself. And it's not a huge deal on the Nintendo Switch, honestly. I had a couple of issues on my PS5 when I was playing The Last of Us 2 with darkness. Like everything was too dark and I can't even see in front of me. But it's not an issue that I have on my Switch. Reduce blue light, put this one at off. Super important, the new darkroom mode, I don't recommend that, go with off. Prevent input lag delay, I recommend to go with boost. You want to lower your input lag, so it's possible here with this setting. After that, game dashboard, you can stay activated. You have a 3 option with the VRR G-Sync and the FreeSync option. It's not compatible on the Nintendo Switch, and probably if you're playing SDR content right now on some old console, you will not have those options available. For me right now, I just stay at check because sometimes I'm switching the console. My PS5 will be connected to my HDMI 3, so that's why I stay the VRR here activated, but it doesn't work on the Nintendo Switch. The fine-tune dark arena, this is the thing that I was talking to you about. If you're playing a game and it's too dark, you don't see in front of you, you can definitely adjust that and put some fine-tune dark area, and it's really good. When I was playing on my C7, I didn't have this option and I was struggling in a lot of games on the PS5. So really cool feature that you have here. So this is pretty much it for games. Now let's go to the picture over here. You have a couple of other options. The black stabilizer, I recommend to go with 10. The white stabilizer, I recommend to go with 10. And all the other option is pretty much what we saw early in the video. You have all those advanced options. It's pretty cool now. They just put it over there because those are kind of like important. So if you want to change it on the fly in the game optimizer, now you can. Before it was not available in the game optimizer. So this is pretty much it for the LG C2. Now you have a couple of settings that you can look on your Nintendo Switch. You're gonna go to system setting. If you go to TV setting over here, just make sure that your TV resolution will be at automatic like this. So don't lock it at 1080p, just go with automatic. RGB range, same thing, go with automatic. This is pretty much it. If you have an issue with your screen, you feel like you have too much bezel, you can definitely adjust the screen size, but when you're playing normally original, it should not be an issue in this on your Nintendo Switch. The last one that I can't recommend is your screen burn-in reduction. Like you saw early in the video, the brightness will lower a little bit, and just make sure that it's gonna protect your TV. But honestly, with the LG C2, you have a lot of options that will just go automatic, like some kind of clock that will turn to make sure that you don't have any burn-in on your TV. So this is pretty much it, guys, for the power runner on your TV. If you have any question, any TV, if you have like an old LG, if you have like the Sony OLED or the Samsung one, any TV, just comment in the YouTube section. I will try to help you the best that I can. Make sure that you specify the model that you're using for your TV and for the Nintendo Switch or even another SDR console. I will try to help you the best that I can, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace!